Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News. This is a weekly BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you might care about, cutting out all of the other BS that you might not care about. And with that being said, let's jump right on into the news. The first thing here doesn't fit into any of the categories that I normally talk about, so I want to talk about it first, and it's kind of a big thing to talk about, and that is that Source BMX is coming to the US in 2019 with a 32,000 square foot warehouse in Louisville, Kentucky. And I am very curious to hear what you guys think about this one. I'm going to give you my personal opinion on it right now. What I think is that it really could be a good thing for BMX in general, because if you look at their track record, I mean, they host what a lot of people say is the best event in BMX with the Battle of Hastings. They sponsor what a lot of other people say is the best event in BMX in Swamp Fest. They sponsored the Uncovered series that Van Homan and Brian Kaczynski put on. So I mean, realistically, this is not just another big company coming in and trying to leech money off of BMX like a lot of people might make it seem. When you really look at it, they've done a lot for BMX, and the fact that they're going to have a warehouse in the US could just lead to more growth for them, and more growth for them will probably mean more cool things that they're going to help in BMX. You'll see a lot of people comparing Dan's Comp and Source BMX, but the big difference there is just all of the things that I've listed, and it kind of seems like Source BMX is and could be what a lot of people wish Dan's Comp would have been. And I think that with all of the stuff that they do for BMX and all of the potential that they could bring, it's just going to be a good thing, or at least it could be a good thing. I'm curious to hear what you guys think, so let me know in the comments down below. Next, we can move into the videos from this week. It was kind of a slow week as far as BMX news goes, but we did have several amazing videos come out this week. And the first one that I want to talk about is Mike Varga's All or Nothing video from Monster. As crazy as everything in this video was, I think my favorite part of the entire video is how they left in his excitement, and you could hear him getting pumped about a few clips towards the beginning of the video. And I think that stuff like that in videos like this one is really important, because it kind of humanizes the person in the video rather than making them look like they're just some trick machine pumping out insane trick after insane trick. And I think that's really important, because with that disconnect, we really don't get to know people, and seeing someone get excited just kind of shows that they're not just doing it for the video or sponsors or anything like that. With that being said, if you've ever seen a Mike Varga video, you know how crazy everything in this video is, so I don't have to tell you that. But I will tell you that my favorite clip in the video is probably something that no one's ever done before, in a double tail whip to ice pick stall to bar spin in on a quarter to sub box. Don't picture it, just watch the video. And unfortunately, the video ends with Mike crashing on some sort of tornado air out spin, probably a 1260 attempt, I'm assuming. He actually broke his collarbone on the last clip in the video, so it's kind of an unfortunate end to this one, but it ended by saying to be continued. So we're gonna see him again. He's gonna be back, and he's probably gonna land that 1260. He might even throw in a bar spin. Who are we kidding? It's Mike Varga. After that, we've got BMX Not As You Know It from Tim Knoll and Redbull. We haven't really seen much from Tim in the past couple years, but this video shows that he is still out there killing it with his BMX acrobatic insanity that I know all of you have seen it. As a BMX rider, everyone you know that doesn't ride BMX tags you in Tim Knoll videos on Facebook when they go viral. This video is a little bit different than his previous ones, because he's just taking everything to that next level, and it feels like somewhat of a combination of all of the things he's done before, like put together or taken just another step further. So if you're just new to BMX, or somehow you haven't seen a Tim Knoll video yet, you definitely have to hit play on this one and check it out. And after that, we've got the next huge, creative, insane video that I want to talk about this week, and it's from Kriss Kyle. It's called 10 Years and Counting, and it's from BSD, and it's in celebration of the fact that Kriss has been riding for BSD for 10 years now. Between Mike Varga, Tim Knoll, and this video from Kriss Kyle, I honestly don't know what the best video of the week is because they're all insane in their own ways. Mike has his crazy technical insanity park riding, then Tim Knoll doing Tim Knoll crazy stuff. And then we've got Kriss Kyle in this video doing insane creative stuff that honestly only Kriss could do in the streets and in the skate parks. My favorite clip in this video is where he's approaching this, like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a... and he just drops to his side, slides through the hole, and spins a 180 into the next level down or whatever it is. Honestly, I'm doing a terrible job describing it, so just hit the link in the description and check the video out. The link to that is in the description below, along with links to everything else that I've talked about and I'm going to talk about today in the order that it's talked about. And that's the last video I want to talk in depth about today. But as always, there's a bunch of other videos that came out that are worth talking about. The first one is a VIP video from Chase Hawk at Woodward, PA, or Woodward East. Then we had a video from Ride BMX. It was a Drop the Pin with Gary Young. Then we have Paul Ryan's Winter Escape video from Mongoose. And then a Seamus, or I've heard Crandall say Seamus, Mckeon. Let me know how you actually say that in the comments. But it's a UK travel advisory video, and this one is from FBM. Then we had, I think, most, if not all, of the Daily Grind Rerouting DVD uploaded to Ride's YouTube channel. We've got sections from Trent Lutzka, Mike Vitato, Grant Uberoff. These are all really hard names to say. Eric Mesta, a friend section, Troy Merkel, and Tony Cherry. And if there's any more that drop today, I will put those in there as well. And that's it for the videos this week. Now I want to talk about some products. A lot of Eclat and We The People stuff this week. We had the Eclat Shogun grips released, a Eclat BIOS pivotal seat released with a redesigned base on it that is supposed to be stronger and more durable. Then we had the We The People Logic Sprocket released as well, followed by a promo video for Larry Edgar's 2019 Aire frame from Fly Bikes. This one kind of feels like a teaser more than it feels like a promo for the frame because there's really not a ton about the frame in the video. There's a couple quick flash clips in there of it, but there is a lot more information in the description of the video, like the head tube is 74.5 degrees, seat tube is 71 degrees, the rear end is 13.8 inches long, the standover is 9.25 inches, the bottom bracket height is 11.5 inches, it weighs 5.22 pounds, and it comes in 21, 21.3, and 21.8. So if you want anything less than 21, I guess you're out of luck. This is definitely made for going fast. And after that, we can move into the interviews from this week. We had an Odyssey BMX 10-spot video, this time with Matt Nordstrom. And then we had the Rollback podcast, this time with Tony D. And before I listened to this one, I honestly had no idea who Tony D was or what to expect from this podcast, but I'm definitely glad that I listened to this one. He had a ton of insight and stories and things to talk about from the Mira Nyquist days because he was their team manager on Haro. He's now got a job with USA Cycling, so he talked a lot about how there's going to be a skate park at the Olympic training facility. So that's going to be something that's pretty cool and interesting to hear about. And it's a totally different perspective than a podcast with just someone who is a rider. He's been in the industry for so long, and I'm really glad that I listened to this one because there's so much stuff that you'd never hear or know about anywhere else. I definitely think that it's worth the just under 50 minutes of time that it takes to listen to this one. So that's it for everything that I have this week to talk about when it comes to BMX news. I'm gonna refresh Ride real quick just to make sure there's nothing else to talk about. Yep, and actually there's two more product related things that I need to add in here real quick. The first one is from BSD and it goes with Kriss Kyle's video, and that is that he has a new signature Freedom frame with BSD. The dimensions on this one are a 75-degree head tube angle, a 69.5-degree seat tube angle, an 11.5-inch bottom bracket height with a 9-inch standover, and it comes with a 13.2 to 13.625 inch chainstay. The 21.5-inch version of this frame has a longer rear end at 13.4 to 13.825 inches. It comes in flat translucent red, flat white, and flat black in lengths of 20.2, 20.5, 20.8, 21.1, and 21.5 top tubes, and it weighs 5 pounds even. And the actual last thing that I have to talk about this week is the Odyssey Gary Young worn-in grips. These are exactly what it sounds like. They're supposed to feel worn in from the time that you get them, and there's actually a promotional video that goes along with this one with Gary in it, and I'm gonna play it right now just because I haven't watched it yet. The video is only 47 seconds long, so I'm going to try to talk about it in less than 47 seconds. It's Gary Young, 2 tricks, giant foot plant tabletop over a huge fence, and then a gigantic air out tail whip transfer at a concrete skate park. It shows the grips and has great B-roll. They're 165 millimeters long. They're dual compound with a tear resistant core. They're contoured and thin for a worn in feel, and they come with the Odyssey par ends. So with that being said, that's the last thing that I have to talk about this week. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's BMX news. If you did and you're not subscribed or you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, do me a favor and share it with a friend. It does nothing but help me to make more videos just like this one for you guys, which I do every Friday for BMX news. Every Tuesday, I make a tips and tricks video, and then I have other types of riding videos and streams throughout the week. I want to thank you guys for being here and watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Goodbye.